Hello everyone, Mark McGugan with you for another pre-season update from Gosh's paddock, where Collingwood is going through its final preparations for its NAB Cup opener against the Western Bulldogs and Essendon. Most of the players out here on the track today. Before they started, we caught up with assistant coach Matty Lappin, who said we can expect to see a few new faces in the black and white on Friday night.
We'll expose a few young players to the AFL intensity or pre-season intensity. We've had some guys who've put in really good pre-season, some of the young players, so they'll get rewarded with a game on Friday night, either in the first or second game. We'll wait and see how we go, but I think we're allowed to play 34 players on Friday night, so we'll probably look to expose a few on our list to that sort of pressure. Lockie Keefe won't be back until probably 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds into the season, but Goldsack's been a little bit delayed. Ballie's obviously been a little bit delayed. So there's a couple of blokes who've been in rehab for a little while, but both those, Ball and Thomas, are both hopeful they'll be right for round one. Goldsack definitely will be, so as long as we can get them up and fit and running and going as quickly as we can, then they'll make themselves available hopefully by round one. We've got a big start to the season. I think we've got our first five or six games are against really good oppositions from last year, so we've made a bit of an emphasis on making sure we hit the ground running by round one. Obviously the Kangaroos they beat us last year, and then we've got Carlton and Hawthorn the first 3 games, so all those teams beat us last year, so we've got that's been in the back of our minds, so it's driven us over this pre-season. We want to make sure that we hit the ground running round one.
Now we'll bring in AFL.com's Collingwood correspondent Ben Guthrie, who's kept a close eye on the Magpies throughout the summer. Dale Thomas has been a major talking point with his ankle injury. Ben, how did he look today?
Yeah, struggling a little bit, Mark. Still restricted with that ankle, walking laps with prize draft pick Brodie Grundy. He's still in that ankle brace, and obviously that's restricting him a fair bit. And Bucks has already talked about him probably being in doubt for round one. So yeah, it's probably going to be hard to see him get up for round one.
Okay, and the Pies have brought in a lot of new players over the summer, as we know. Who do you see as likely to have the biggest impact?
Yeah, I'd say Quinton Lynch. Dominated in the practice game they had last week. And him in tandem with Travis Cloke is going to be a dynamic duo up in the forward line. Yeah, Quinton Lynch, big powerful unit, mixed with Travis Cloke is going to spell plenty of disaster for opposition teams. Exactly,
and all right, put it on the line for us, Ben. Bit of hype about the Pies this year. A lot of people saying premiership contenders. Where do you see them?
I think they're probably going to sit around the top 4. That's an obvious statement, but I think just with their mix of class in the midfield and up forward, you can't see them slipping below the top 4.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, Ben, and thank you for joining us on AFL.com. Keep clicking back for more pre-season updates.